Hello and welcome back to In the English Corner. This video deals with the paragraph, and it will be a unit on how to write effective paragraphs. The other videos in my website have included topics such as grammatical points, punctuation, how to use punctuation effectively, and as well how to write good, clear sentences. Now let's take all those rules and put them into place and see how you can now write good, sound paragraphs. So first let's start with a definition of a paragraph. A paragraph consists of a group of related sentences, but it must develop one idea within the paragraph. The paragraph can vary in length, but it's very often approximately from 5 to 12 sentences long. It's usually written with other paragraphs to form a longer piece of writing, such as an essay, a letter, or an article. Now, in a well-written paragraph, keep in mind that the topic sentence informs the reader what the paragraph is about. The next few sentences should develop your topic by including evidence, details to support your topic sentence. And then the closing sentence, which is also called the clincher sentence, restates the main idea, and it should also leave the reader with a closing thought. So the paragraph will consist of the following, and I have included videos on each of these points. It will have a good, clear topic sentence. Your paragraph will have a body to it, like all the ideas which are supporting your topic. A closing sentence, which is also called a clincher sentence. You also have to consider when you're writing a paragraph who your audience is. You must include unity and coherence, as well as emphasis, tone, and you also want to look at the mood of your writing. Now, writers use different methods to develop a paragraph, and there are many different types of paragraphs that can be written, and I've included different types as well as a brief explanation and a quick example of each. The first type of paragraph that I would like to mention is called an illustration paragraph. And what an illustration paragraph does is it explains a general topic sentence, and it'll include one or more specific examples. Well-chosen and clear examples help the reader understand the point that the author is making. So some examples of illustration paragraphs would be topics including pressures of adult students would make a good illustration paragraph. You could write an illustration paragraph on important family traditions, or another one could be relaxation techniques. Another type of paragraph is called the narration paragraph. And what that does, in a narration paragraph, you tell a story and you explain what happened, when it happened, and who was involved. So it's called a narration paragraph because it's narrating events and including specific details while you narrate your story. Examples of topics that you could write on in an illustration paragraph would be, in a narration paragraph would be, my first day at my new school. You would narrate the events of that first day. Or the morning of an important job interview. You would narrate what happened the morning before you actually go to your job interview. Or a bad dream you'll never forget. So you would narrate the events in the dream. Another type of paragraph that can be written is called a process paragraph. And in a process paragraph, you would explain how to do something or how something works. And topics for examples would include how to bake a chocolate cake, how to plan a party, or how to change a flat tire. Those would all be examples of process or how to. Another type of paragraph is called a descriptive paragraph, and that would describe a person, a place, or an object, and in your description you would use images, language which creates a vivid picture in the reader's mind. So you would pay particular attention to the kinds of adjectives and adverbs that you're using. Sensory images and descriptive language would be used for effect. And I've given you a couple of examples of types of descriptive paragraphs. Topics would be, you might describe a peaceful scene, a beautiful piece of scenery, a favorite Christmas dinner. You could use a lot of descriptive adjectives for that. Or you might write about a favorite store, like a favorite vintage store. Those were good topics for descriptive writing. Another kind of paragraph is called a definition paragraph. That explains what a word or term means with specific examples. And here are some examples of descriptive paragraphs. Definition paragraphs would be, you could write a definition paragraph on honesty. You would define the word honesty and then explain what honesty means to you. Or another one would be, what's a photographic memory? Define what that means and give examples. Or what's a philanthropist? You could write a paragraph on what it means to be a philanthropist, starting with a definition and then giving examples. Another type of paragraph would be a comparison or a contrast paragraph. And a contrast paragraph places items next to each other. You would point out similarities, which is a comparison, or you could point out differences, and that's called contrast writing. And here are some examples of topics. You could compare high school and college. You could compare or contrast two of your bosses, or you could compare or contrast, two siblings, two aunts, two uncles, etc. Another type of paragraph would be the cause and effect paragraph. And that would look at either the causes of or the reasons for something, or the effects or the results of a cause. Let's look at some examples. You could write a paragraph on what causes obesity, the reasons for volunteering, or the effects of regular exercise. Those would be good examples of cause and effect paragraphs. Another type of paragraph is called a classification paragraph, and that gathers ideas into types, categories, or kinds according to a single basis of division. Examples, you could write a classification paragraph on friends, like categorizing different types of friends, managers, or different types of fast food restaurants. Those are just a few examples of topics for classification paragraphs. Another type of paragraph is called a persuasion paragraph. This attempts to convince the reader that a particular point of view or opinion is the correct one. The writer may use facts, can use examples, or reference to an authority on the subject as possible methods of persuasion. Topics would be, high school students should have to work for 1 year before attending college or university, and you would prove your point by giving clear examples or referring to an authority figure. Another topic could be, all students should implement anti-bullying programs. Another topic for persuasive writing could be, you might think that athletes' salaries are too high, and you would persuade your reader to believe and follow your point of view. So let's take a look at, why is it important to clearly communicate in your writing? Where is the importance of clear written communication? Well, let's take a look. One is, if you write well, it will help you in your everyday life. And let's look at different reasons why. One is, it can help you if you need to write a letter to a friend or a relative in everyday life. Another positive effect of good, solid communication is it will assist you if you're applying for a job, or if you need to write an email or a cover letter or a resume. Also, good writing will help you to fill out a form or an application. If you need to write a letter of complaint, good communication is crucial, for example, about a service or a product. Or you may need to communicate with your child's teacher, or you yourself might need to communicate with your teacher, your professor, your instructor. You want to be able to write well. It will also give you the freedom to write letters if you want to request further information about any kind of a service. For example, if you have a question about an overcharge on a bill, or you need medical or legal information, you want to be able to impart that knowledge, or you want to be able to ask good, clear questions and come across effectively. Also, being able to communicate effectively will clearly help you to be successful at work. And let's look at how. First, it will give you an advantage over those who are not effective communicators at work. You will stand out to your bosses if you effectively communicate. It will also help you to climb the ladder at work because it'll lead to more job promotions and more responsibility. The higher you climb on the organizational ladder, the more you will write, and your writing tasks become more complex. So you want to have self-confidence so that you can work your way up in the ladder, the organizational ladder. The evaluation of your performance at work is based in part on your communication skills. And that's not only your written skills, but also your verbal or oral skills, as well as written skills. More and more people are working in a fast-paced world of information, and new knowledge and ideas are presented to us all the time, and so communication is also effective in this area. Communication is an important skill that employers are always looking for. Many job postings, if you look carefully at the posting, you will see the importance of the applicant having strong communication skills. And often one of the skills that the employer will state in the job, when the job description, is that you must have strong communication skills. That's a real asset. Applicants for jobs are frequently asked to write a communication test where they're assessing your writing and communication skills. Also, to help you to be successful at work, this is another importance of communication. Employees frequently are asked to write reports, or you might have to fill out forms. The service industry requires employees fill out service forms, orders, lab reports, patient care reports, etc. So you need to feel comfortable with communication in that area. You also need skills for writing emails as well. Emails at the workplace must be written, and sometimes you have to respond to other people writing you emails, so it's crucial that you write well in your emails. As well, contracts and agreements are extremely important forms of communication within an organization. So you would be involved with contracts, licenses, confidentiality agreements. You might also have to know how to write a variety of letters, including letters of intent, letters of resignation, or letters to a prospective employee. So all these different points show you the importance of effective communication in the workplace. As well, here are a few more ideas. Written communication in the workplace serves as a record of everyday activity, a way of communicating with employees as well as clients, and as an advertising tool to attract prospective clients and customers. As well, keep in mind that written communication can be used as legal evidence in a court case. So you need to always be careful what you write in the workplace. People with good writing skills are a great asset to a company, as they are good at communicating with other employees and other companies. So they go hand in hand. If you write well, you speak well, and then you become a real asset to your employer. And the last point is that good writing boosts one's self-confidence, and therefore you will shine in the workplace. The last area I want to look at is how being an effective communicator can help you to be successful at school, at college, or at university. And I've included some ideas here. Reports, assignments, essays, and exams need to be written in clear, formal English. That's crucial at school. You may have the ideas, but if the written communication is weak, then it's good to have the points up here, but if you can't write them down effectively and communicate your ideas clearly, your marks or grades will be affected. Expressing your thoughts clearly and logically helps to train you to think logically, and then you'll express yourself more clearly if you think logically. Writing paragraphs, essays, research papers, and reports at school allow you as a student to explore, research, and explain your own thoughts on a subject. So I believe that this teaches you how to communicate information opinion, and emotion. And then you will use these writing skills not only in school, but in all aspects of your life for many future years. And the final point is you'll have an advantage over other students who do not write well, particularly if you're applying for a graduate program. You will shine with your communication skills, both written and verbal. Now, my motto for my website is write better and look smarter. And the reason I say this is the fact that literacy is on the decline doesn't make the ability to write less important. In fact, what it does mean is that those who are competent writers become in higher demand. So if you learn how to organize your thoughts, how to develop the skill of writing clear, well-formed paragraph, and how to express yourself clearly and correctly, you will be able to adapt your writing skills to business or technical reports, to sales representations and presentations, seminars, sales and business meetings, report writing, proposals, as well as writing instructions. So I hope that you found this video helpful, and now the next videos in this paragraph unit will directly look at how to form well-written paragraphs, starting with topic sentences, gathering ideas, closing sentences, etc. So please feel free to review this video, get some further ideas out of it, and then look at the other videos very closely on this unit. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.